to you. My name's Amanda, and today we are in our aviary. Now, some of you guys might recognize this as being a guest area that you can come in and see some of our birds in our children's zoo. But right now, this area is actually closed off to the public, but it's still getting great use right now. So right now, Nora will actually bring you closer. You'll see our red-footed tortoise, Lando. He is using this space as a fun exercise area and sunshine area during this time. So we're going to talk a little bit about enrichment with all of our animals here at the zoo, including Lando, our red-footed tortoise. So he has access to the entire public area of this aviary that is safely enclosed for him to explore. So Nora, one of our educators, is going to be following him with the camera throughout this video. And hopefully you guys can hear me on the other side. Just let us know if you cannot. And we're going to talk a little bit about, like I said, enrichment, about Lando, our red-footed tortoise, as well as some natural history for these guys too. So, a little bit about Lando. He's been at Franklin Park Zoo for quite some time, buddy. There you go. He is actually 38 years old, which is so impressive. These guys usually can live up to 50 years, so he's still got quite a bit of time to go. But that 38 years is still a very impressive number. Like I said, Lando is a red-footed tortoise, which means that you can actually find these guys mostly in South America and in a lot of different other areas too in the climate. Usually they're found in the rainforest areas, but they can be found in grasslands and in drier climates too. But Lando specifically, his species or subspecies is specifically from South America. So this weather right here in Boston today is a perfect time for Lando, which is why we are giving him some outside time. So I'm going to go a little bit into enrichment now that you know a little bit about Lando. So the word enrichment is basically a fancy term for anything that we give to our animals to stimulate them in some sort of way. So there are many different types of enrichment we can provide. The one that you're seeing right now can be considered sensory enrichment. Sensory enrichment is anything that enriches the animal's senses. So in this environment, you might hear some birds. Since we're in the aviary, we're gonna feel the wind. So there's a lot of feelings in here. We see lots of different colors, different plants. He's gonna feel the different substrates onto the floor. So we have our actual sidewalk. We have the mulch in here. He walks on leaves, on plants. Those are all different sensory areas that he's experiencing right now that are really enriching for these guys. So that's mostly what he's experiencing out here. He is also experiencing social enrichment, which is another important type as well, because we are here with him right now, spending some quality time with him. So being with other people can be another way, as well as he can actually see a lot of the birds in the aviary too through the fences safely. So that's another type of social enrichment that these guys can experience. Another type of enrichment that we love to provide is cognitive enrichment. And that's any way that we can show or display their food for them in an interesting way that makes them work for their food. So I actually have some examples here I might try to show you guys later. Sometimes we can actually put Lando's food on a skewer and hang that from somewhere. That way he has to work for his food. We can hide it in toys or PVC. Those are all different ways that we can show his food in a different way. Another type of enrichment that we use is called a food treat or a novel food. So these are foods that they don't always get into their diet, but they only get on certain occasions. Just like if your parents, your family may take you for ice cream, or you guys get to have dessert at dinner every once in a while. That's basically what a novel food enrichment is for Lando. One of his favorites that we give here for him is pears. Lando really seems to enjoy those pears that we give him as well. And so that's another really fun type of enrichment for them. So we've gone over some of the different types of enrichment that we provide. Like I said, Lando's really taking advantage of this aviary being closed right now for him to explore. So that's one of the pros of him having all of this area for him. I'm going to go a little bit into the natural history of red-footed tortoises, just so you guys know a little bit about them. I know I talked a little bit about how long they could live. Like I said, they can live up to 50 years of age, and Lando is sitting at 38 years old. So like I said, he's lived a long time, but he's still got a lot more years in him here at Franklin Park Zoo to serve as an ambassador animal. These guys, like I said, are native to South America, so they are very used to this type of climate. Now, you might be wondering, what would Lando eat? So he is considered technically a herbivore that does eat some specific types of bugs. So technically he'd be an omnivore, but mostly he's going to eat more vegetation. So here at Franklin Park Zoo, his main diet consists of kale, collards, romaine. He definitely eats a good amount of carrots. Like I said, he can get different types of fruit, which are really good for him. And he does get hay every single day. And that makes the most of his diet. Out in their natural environment, they would basically forage on anything they would find in the rainforest floors. So that's a lot of greens, a lot of dandelions, different types of flowers, berries that they would find. Those are all really yummy foods for them. So you might see him right now. He's actually rubbing up on one of our plants. That might feel really good for him. That's another type of sensory enrichment he's actually experiencing right now. They do have some sort of nerves into their shells, so he's definitely getting that itch right there, which is super satisfying to watch. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we are right now. And yeah, so that's some really cool facts about them. As you see, Lando is pretty slow moving like most tortoises. That's pretty common. Some of their main predators would be larger cats that they would find out in their natural environment. But these guys aren't usually, their predators don't usually go after them unless they're really young. So these guys are usually pretty protected. Actually, their main threat is usually humans, which is pretty unfortunate, which is why conservation is a super huge part of our education part here at Franklin Park Zoo, especially with these zoo TUs. So a conservation message that applies to Lando and basically any other animal here is really being aware of deforestation. Like I said, these guys are native to the rainforest. We're going to wander with Lando as we catch up with him a little bit. So we're going to move right around so you can get a better view of him again. Okay, so we have free reign of this area. Oh, I think we found some really good leafy greens. What he's found.
So it's pretty warm out, and we got a question from Lisa. Is it too hot for Lando out here today?
No, so that's a great question. So anytime we give our animals access to outside, and that includes any of our animals' exhibits, we always check the temperature. So anything too hot for him, I would say, would be the real feel of about 90 to 95 degrees or higher. Right now this is pretty good. We always provide a water source for them while they are outside, which he does have access to here, and tons of shade, which you can see he's definitely choosing to participate in. While we're actually waiting for Lando, I want to bring you guys over here to show you some more enrichment that we have for him. Like I said, we have a steer here that would put his diet on. This is the type of cognitive enrichment that I was talking about. I have a red ball here. This is considered physical enrichment. They actually have pretty good sense of sight, so colors actually really pop up to them, especially red. So this is something we want to provide. And I have some hay stuffed in a toy here too, which is another fun type of enrichment we can use for Lando too. Are there any other questions, Nora?
There aren't any questions yet, but if anyone has any who's watching, feel free to ask away. I have a question. What is the red on his feet for?
That's a really good question. That could actually help him blend in with his environment. Depending on their species too of red tortoises, they'll have different colorings as well. But kind of just blending in with their natural environment too can really help, especially with the vibrant colors of the floors.
And what is your favorite part about Lando?
My favorite part about Lando is when he definitely rubs up on different types of substrates. As you can see, it's pretty cool. We do mist him every single day as long as with his exhibit, and sometimes he gives a nice little butt wiggle. And that's probably the coolest thing that he does in his exhibit. So he does really enjoy that misting, especially if we bring him out here and it's lightly raining. We sometimes do leave him out for a little bit because it's another type of sensory enrichment for him.
And how much does he weigh? He looks pretty big.
He is big. He's about 13 pounds. And these guys can actually get up to 20 pounds. So he's kind of in the middle of there, right there. And males tend to be larger than females.
So we have a question. 4-year-old Olivia wants to know why he likes the foods that he likes.
It's a great question. So you want to think about the environment that Lando is naturally living in. So if he's living in the rainforest, on the forest floors, he's going to eat things that are in his general area. So leafy greens and fruits and flowers are all things that he would find in his natural environment. So we simulate that here at Franklin Park Zoo, and that's what he seems to really enjoy eating.
So we also got a question from Nicole. How fast can a turtle move?
You know, that's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that. I know most turtles all move at different speeds, and just like you and me, we all move a little bit different speeds as well. So for Lando specifically, I have no idea. I will say compared to our other turtles here at Franklin Park, he is one of the slower movers.
Awesome. Should we go try and find him one more time?
That's always the most exciting part of bringing him out here, is trying to figure out what spot he's on. Oh, he's kind of over here in these areas. Like I said, he does seem to really enjoy getting into different plants and shade areas. And he did find some really good natural leafy greens that he's chewing on right now. All right, any other questions to wrap up, Nora?
There aren't any more questions from our viewers today.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for joining us for another Zoo to You. Definitely check back tomorrow to see at 1:30 what we have in store. And the zoo is currently open to the public right now, so make sure to check up on our website to see all of our new guidelines and how we're keeping you safe here at Franklin Park Zoo. Thanks guys, bye.